So listen, guys. This is going to be a very educational episode. I don't want you to actually switch off. I want you to pay attention and listen. And you can pick so many things, not just one or two, but there's just so much information that I think you should learn from these guys. How are you, brother?
I'm cool.
What is your name?
Joseph Aridan is my name.
Joseph Aridan.
Aridan.
That's a dope name, man.
Wow.
So, we're here at Marula Protein. What do you guys do? What are you about?
We as Marula Protein, as our slogan goes, turning waste into value.
Okay.
And that's Marula Protein. Which waste are we talking about? We are talking about the waste that is organic, that is gotten from the markets, gotten from hotels, just as leftovers.
Yeah.
That's the waste we are looking at. Ignoring these wastes that are plastic that cannot easily be decomposed.
Yeah.
So we are looking at organic waste, that is waste from the markets. And that's the waste we are looking at. Why are we looking at this? This waste, many or a bigger percentage of it in Uganda that comes from our market is always wasted out and poured.
Yeah.
So we look at this waste can be converted into value in different ways.
Yeah.
A farmer can be able to get money, a farmer can be able to get feeds, a farmer can be able to get a fertilizer out of it.
Right.
How do we do it at Marula? We have a few number of steps that I'm going to take you through.
Okay.
That will later, we shall see how they do it. To start with, the first thing, we collect the waste from the different sources, especially mainly we are basically looking at markets. We talk of Nakasero, we talk of Owino and different markets all over the country.
Yeah.
But basically we are looking and focusing currently within Kampala.
This is a case study of only Uganda. So if you're watching this from, Nairobi, you're watching it from India, this can be, it's a case study.
Sure.
Yeah, tell me.
Yeah, from that, we collect the waste. The waste is sorted because we know waste is mixed with different things. We have the polythene, so we have a team on ground in the markets that do the sorting, and what they have sorted out is later now put aside and it's loaded on the truck.
Yeah.
The truck brings it up to Marula Protein site at the KCC Bugolobi Wankoko recycling plant for now, where we do handle it from.
Yeah.
Where we have the first stage where it is gotten, then shredded or crushed for a local farmer that is chopping it into smaller particles. For example, when you have a big jackfruit or a whole, you need to chop it.
Yeah.
So after chopping it and crushing it to form a paste, then we do now ferment it in drums. A local farmer out there can do it locally, just as we do Marua, can dig a hole, put in the PVC.
What is a PVC?
A black polythene.
Black polythene.
Kavera.
Kavera. I'm having an issue. I've been doing a lot of research, and I saw somebody in Ghana complaining that there's so much polythene on their streets. It's even worse than Kampala. You say a city like Accra is too big. Now, if they have so much Kavera, so much polythene, imagine what's happening there. What's happening to their soils?
They are fully getting deteriorated because we all know that these are non-biodegradable. They take a longer time to decompose. But they do decompose. But rather, when you look at a polythene or plastic, it might take like 100 years plus.
100 years? One bottle like this? Now imagine millions of bottles
are released every day. Wow. So what do we see? We look at recycling. For the bottles, they can be collected and gathered. For example, here in Uganda, we have the scraps, the children on the streets who gather these bottles. Then they take them to the recycling plant. They give them money in exchange, and they are taken for recycling. And it's what I would advocate for other countries and different places to do for the sake of the non-biodegradable. Okay. So at Marula, we handle mainly or basically organic, that is decomposing.
Good. Now that it is decomposing, when you decompose it, what do you use it for? What is it for?
That's where I was heading. We said after it is shredded or chopped into smaller pieces, we do ferment this waste. Fermenting, we want it to become more softer because we are going to introduce in what we call the baby larvae.
Baby larvae?
Yes, the baby larvae.
The maggots?
The maggots, the baby maggots that are 5 days old.
Okay, maggots sounds weird.
It sounds weird, But these are not, it's what we are trying to fight out in the communities at large with different farmers and different people. When somebody thinks of maggots, the minds run directly to our housefly maggots.
Yeah.
But the maggots we do feed on the west are coming from the black soldier fly.
Now, that's very interesting, because as a person who's so interested in poultry and all that kind of stuff, where do these black soldier flies come from?
The black soldier flies, we do rear them as a company.
Yeah.
And they rear them in cages. How do we capture these flies?
Zivawa.
Yeah. So basically, just as any other life cycle of an insect, it has from egg, larvae, then pupa, then back to an insect.
Yeah.
So how do we trap them and where do we get them?
Yeah.
Initially, these flies were brought into Uganda from Germany and Denmark.
So wait, we do not have natural black soldier flies in Uganda? Natural?
Naturally, they are there, but trapping them is where there is a trick.
Oh.
That looks a bit funny and complex because they do exist in Uganda, but they like in forests areas where still some farmers can still trap them, but they need a training on how to trap them. And how do we trap them? Maybe you'll collect the eggs and prepare the eggs, set them in some place and introduce some substrate that has the bad odor that attracts these flies to lay the eggs. Then maybe that's when you can get the larvae that you can recycle.
It's really hectic, isn't it?
Sure. And that's where Marula protein comes in. We do the breeding, and initially we do the breeding. We have the cages at our branch in Namave, where they do the breeding section, where they capture these flies. As you can see where we are, this is the session where we handle it from the larvae up to pupa stage. Then the pupa is sent back to Namave to the cages, and then we get out the flies. The flies.
So the cycle continues.
The cycle continues. So what does Marula do? The cycle takes a period of 30 days to 40, which is quite a longer time for a farmer to do, and it's a bit complex. What does Marula do? Marula, we do cut this cycle. We give the farmer the 5-day-old larvae. Then the farmer raises them in waste for only 7 days to 8 days and is ready to harvest them as mature or adult larvae that can be used as feed for poultry, fish. Then we have piggery, then as well even dogs.
So pigs can eat maggots as well?
Seriously, they do enjoy.
Oh, wow.
It's crazy, but it's true.
And before I go any further, do you have like trainings for farmers? If there is somebody watching and they're in Uganda and perhaps have not seen a real in-depth analysis of how this goes on, is there a way somebody can get to you and you teach them how to do it?
Very good question. At Marula, we do offer a number of services. 1, we do sell the 5-day-old larvae. 2, we do sell the eggs. 3, we do offer farmer trainings.
Wow.
These farmer trainings, we always have them once in a month or twice, depending on the demand that the farmers want.
So you don't have set dates?
Set dates are there. For example, if a farmer, because we have different farmers who would wish to come at their individual basis, they do come, but at a small cost that we give them. Then they're allocated somebody to take them through the trainings.
How much is that if I came here individually?
Individually, it takes a cost of around 50,000, but for 5 heads.
50,000, that's everybody 10K, which is roughly $3 per person. That's good.
Yeah. So that's what we look at. Then for these other official trainings, the trainings are always free of charge. For example, very recently we are soon having a training, and it is going to be on the 18th of March. And I call upon all the people out there, if they're able, please come and have or partake of this training that you'll not regret. Surely the training is going to be having all the practical aspects of how the farmer can do this to get the benefits out of this. When we talk about Marula, we are helping a farmer to make their own feed. feed for the poultry. Basically, we are looking at the protein concentrate.
Oh, so are you trying to say that once you're using these maggots here, then you don't need concentrates at the farm?
We are looking at, you might need other concentrates, but concentrates, which ones are we looking at? We are looking at, first of all, initially, before the black soldier fly came in, or the technology spread out, we are looking at silverfish. Well, we know silverfish is a feed for humans, for animals, for poultry, and it is in competition. So we are looking how can we best eliminate this and put in what humans might not wish to consume, but rather animals can be able to consume. And we look at the black soldier fly, which is helping us to convert the waste that we think it's waste into more value. At the same time, you are receiving feed for your animals. Yes.
Fantastic. So I want us real fast, because I don't want this to drag. We're going to do this in two parts, part 1 and part 2. I want you to take me to, if I wanted this larvae and I wanted it for my birds, for example. Say I'm a farmer and I have some poultry at home and I want these birds. How can I access them from you, and for how much?
For the mature larvae, initially the company has been producing the feed, but due to the high demand that there are many and millions of farmers out there, that the company can't sustain all of them. What does the company come up with? We came up with a solution that why don't we train our farmers to do it themselves so that they can reduce on the demand or the pressure. But rather also, we also have an option that those ones who feel like rearing larvae looks nasty to them, what do they have? We have a farmer group that we always have. We create it. We have farmers that are already trained in BSF and they are doing it as a business, and those ones who are doing it for their animals, to rear feed for their animals or birds. So these who do be it for business, we link them up with the farmers out there who wish to what? To have the larvae as feed.
So it's like an outgrower system.
Exactly. That's what we do. Speaking, I'm an extension worker. I'm the one who reaches out to farmers to help them with my team on how to set up the structure, follow them until they master the art of rearing the larvae.
So if I called you to my farm, you would come and teach me yourself?
Exactly, that's what we do.
At a small cost, of course.
Surely, as a company, training you at your home, we might not come to train you, but initially we first do trainings from here at the company. After the trainings, we do follow-ups.
Listen, guys, there's just so much to learn. The moment you take on that journey of agriculture, if you want to do farming, you have to have brains on how you're going to get your yields up. How are you going to do it? Because now black soldier fly is one way of actually getting your crops to yield even more, and so you make more money. You understand? Like we've learned, Joseph has just told us how this waste within your city can be turned into, it can trap the black soldier fly, and then you turn it into pupa, and then the maggots help out, we're going to talk about manure as well. Watch out for the next episode. I'm going to break down, he is going to break down. I'm just useless as anybody. I mean, I don't have those brains. You guys are sharp. You're too sharp. But I want to talk about manure in the next episode. We're going to break this into a two-part series, and we're going to talk about how you can actually get that waste that you get out of your home to turn it into great manure that's long-lasting, and the process of making it. I'll see you guys on the next one. If you have liked this, please go subscribe to our channel. Yes, leave a comment and tell us if you need anything from these guys. We're leaving a number here and their website. Yes, all their details are down here, so make sure you check them out and give them a call. I'll see you in the next episode. Don't move.